Thank you. Loud enough?
So what does this mean for you?
It's exciting. Obviously, security for me, my family, and just belief. The program has belief in me. I'm excited to just be here long term.
When it comes to Mike McDonald, obviously you haven't played a game yet for him, but what does that say to you, the new head coach, to sign off on this? And hey, we need this guy to be here long term as a foundational piece. For
It's big time. Obviously, it's trust. You feel good when the guy you're playing for trusts you and believes in you. And from an early point, I know I talked to you guys a while ago. We hit it off. I think we connect in a lot of ways. I'm familiar with how he calls games in his past, and he's just a good guy to talk to and be around. And so I think we just connected, and I'm excited to play for him and to obviously now earn what I have going forward.
Julian, when did the process for this sort of start?
It was a pretty good process. It started earlier this spring, I would say, and we just we operated. It was just great. I think across the board, this process in the past hasn't been the best for me, and so from John down, all the guys, they just were so professional, and I really appreciated how they handled it all. And I just was around. I wanted to be here, build the team up. We have a new staff, and so I just had to do my part, and it was very natural.
Mike mentioned obnoxious communication. I know every defense wants to communicate. That's always a staple. But is it different? Does anything feel different in terms of the way that you guys are going about it, or the emphasis on that?
No, I think from a schematic perspective, we want to do a lot of things. I think we have an extreme amount of talent, but that means nothing if you can't evolve game plan-wise week to week. And so to have a lot of things, you got to communicate a lot. We got to have tools. We got to have checks. And then from a bigger perspective, just building a team, building an organization that's together, we got to be able to talk to each other. Across the board, we got to be able to gas each other up, hold each other accountable. And I think that's what that obnoxious communication is. Like, talk to a point of seeming obnoxious, but that's just going to have to be the standard. And we're building that. It's day 2 of camp. We're trying to get to that. Guys are, might be tired, all that stuff. And so we're trying to get to that point right now. But I think it's a good emphasis to have.
Who's the most obnoxious communicator?
Most obnoxious communicator. I won't say obnoxious. I think it's good. I think Kayvon Wallace is doing a great job. A guy we brought in, obviously, and he's the loudest guy on the field, bar none. And it's a Richmond, Virginia guy, so I have a lot of respect for those guys from Richmond, Virginia.
Mike also talked about your direct communication with him in being maybe a voice for the team and just being very honest about what you're seeing. What responsibility do you feel in that regard?
I feel like you guys know me, I'm pretty, very neutral. Try to be cool, calm, and collected, and I just try to have perspective. And so I think to be that kind of that middleman with what his emphasis is, what his message is, and try to relay that to the team in any way I can is my job. Being a leader on this team is just being myself. I think I'm an intimate guy. I'm not a hoot and a holler. You guys know that. But I talk to my guys. I want to know how everybody's feeling, and I got to know how to communicate to our guys because everyone's different. And so that's my job. I got to relay that message down and just build this thing as we go. Yeah, it was, I think, 3rd down, 3rd and 4. We were nickel. Gino ID what we had going on. I got a good beat on it. Obviously playing at the sticks. Good break. Ball was right there for me. I was able to grab it. Got off the field.
What kind of pressure does this offense and the passing game put on you guys in the secondary?
Man, they've been getting after it. Grubb has them dialed in. And Gino, he's looked really good these first 2 days coming out, which is always good. Usually you see the defense starting super fast in camp traditionally, and we have been doing well, but Gino's been throwing that thing, and so I give a lot of respect to what we have going on. I'm super excited for what we have. Everyone's being utilized. We have so much balance offensively. I'm excited to see what we have.
Is this offense like anything you've seen in your 5-6 years in the NFL?
It's a little bit of everything, which I think is unique in itself. Everybody has a style, but so far, they can line up in big personnel, run the ball, they can spread it out, they can motion shift, they can play straight up, versus man, versus zone. I think we have every ability to do things successfully, and so that's unique. And Grubb, is dialing it up right now. It's day 2, and so we're excited. Obviously, on defense, we got to be on our shit. We got to be on our stuff. Excuse my language. Sorry. And so, yeah.
How different can this year be? Last year it felt like when you were kind of a jack of all trades a little bit, I guess, for
Yeah.
lack of a better way of saying it. But this year you really have an established role back there.
You know, I kind of will keep that same thing. That's what I do. I think that's what I do best. My entire career playing football, I've been able to do multiple things. And for us to be successful, I think we have to be multiple. We have so much talent, but it makes no sense if the talent's lined up in the same spot every play. And so we're moving guys around. We're going to be, especially on defense, really fluid in that. And what that takes is a higher responsibility for guys to learn more things. Not just learn inside slot. You got to learn corner. Safety's got to learn the slot, outside linebacker stuff. If you look at what the Ravens were doing defensively last year, guys were everywhere, and that's what we need to get to, and we have the ability, which is so exciting.
And you mentioned the contract process in the past. Maybe you didn't.
Yeah.
I assume you're kind of referring to the Giants and things like that coming here.
Yeah.
Does this help validate, I guess, how the kind of the decisions you made then and everything?
It does. I think I'm a big proponent of when in doubt, just double down on myself. I think no matter what situation I've been placed in, I've been productive. I've stayed who I am, which is tough when things sometimes don't fall your way. But I think that's the most validating thing, is that I stayed true to myself in this process as a player, as a person at home for my family. And to be rewarded is extremely validating. So I'm grateful.
Julie, learning a new defense, do you see some extra value, at least from a long-term perspective, going against a new offense that has a little bit of that multiplicity rather than if you were facing the same offense you faced last year?
Of course. It's like swinging a baseball bat with a donut on it. You want to feel a little. That's a baseball reference for guys who. I got some looks over here. You just wanted to make it tougher early. If we're going through our toughest looks right now in training camp, everything in the game come season is going to be easy. That's the hope, obviously. And so they're doing a lot, and we got to be on our stuff. And so it's really good that we're seeing that, and we accept the challenge.
You mentioned Kayvon Wallace.
Yeah.
Being versatile. How do you message people to understand it without playing the games here? You know what I'm saying? Trying to get people to be versatile, learn how to be versatile.
I think, talking to some young guys, for me, it's just being in the meetings and being attentive to more than what is being told to your specific position. As a guy, a few years ago, just trying to make a team, trying to figure out where my spot was on a team, I understood I had to learn nickel, strong, free, and corner, just in case somebody needed us up. And there's a couple of seasons I started games at corner, nickel, slot, free, and strong. And so I think I just tell guys, stay patient and stay ready. You never know when your time's called. And so that's kind of my message. Just, you got to be able to expand your horizons and try to learn multiple things.
You mentioned Kayvon Wallace.
Yeah.
Rayshon Jenkins and Kayvon Wallace.
Yeah.
Guys. Can you talk a little bit about the chemistry you guys are developing and what they bring to the team?
I can't tell you how excited I am for our safety room. Rayshon is a guy who has been super productive in the league, has kind of like me, I just feel like has just not been, he's been an underdog of sorts, but he's been productive. Last year he had a great year. The year before he had a great year over in Jacksonville. He's been a baller, and so he just has that experience, that knowledge. He can talk to guys. He understands people on a personal level, and he understands the game. I think we could talk ball super natural. And then Kayvon's been around the block too. He plays good ball, is a dog on special teams, is a dog on defense in whatever role. And so I see my game and my past in both of them, and so we work really well together. Then to think about the rest of the room, and we have Kobe Bryant, who is the most slept-on person on this team, I would say. He's a baller. And right now, obviously, transitioning from nickel, corner, safety, he's doing a lot. But he's a ball player. And so when his time's called, I know he's ready. And then the young guys we have in the room, like Ty Okada, John Sutherland, are ballers, and they're staying ready. Ty got some time last year, but they're just available. They work hard every day. And so our room is just so good and it's so balanced, just from a people perspective, from a work balance perspective. And so I'm excited about our safety room.
How's the golf game? And are you going to treat yourself to a new set of clubs?
The golf game is tough. Ever since we had the baby, I'll blame that. All right, I'll just say that's my excuse. Had a baby, golf game has been going downhill, handicap going up, and I got to wait till next spring to resharpen it. Maybe I'll buy some clubs. Maybe that'll be the fix. It won't, but I'll try.
This coaching staff is almost entirely new from last season. What has stood out to you about maybe their demeanor, the way they coach, etc.?
I think I was thinking about it today. They're just intentional. I think there's some things that in football just kind of are understated. I don't know how to explain it any other way, but they put words to thoughts. They put words into how to play the game, alignment, intention, assignment. And so they're so detailed right now. Every presentation we have, whether it's offense, defense, special teams, Mike talking about the team stuff, situational football, is so detailed. And so you could tell they're putting in the work and they care. They pour into a lot of drills, all the stuff we do each day. And so I'm appreciative. Right now we have a good staff in here. And so now we just got to make it come to life.
Anything else?
Thanks, Julian.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, y'all.